Hello and welcome to Math 3A online in fall 2024. So this video is going to kind of be like what we might talk about the first day in class if we were actually coming to a classroom to meet. But since we're not, since this class is 100% asynchronous online, we're going to be communicating this way a lot, right, through video, and then of course through message and email and maybe even text if we like to. Okay, so got a bunch of stuff to do. This video might be kind of long, but it is important that you watch it all because I'm going to sort of explain to you my thought process in creating the course. And I think that if you understand kind of what I was thinking, it'll help you navigate the course when you go through it. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. Share. All right, you should be able to see this now. Oh, I can see, I see. I can kind of see what you see. It's gonna go away in a second, but all right, so when you log into Canvas for the first time, it should take you here. Okay, this is the home page. It is actually almost identical to the modules page. Like these are all the modules here that are posted so far. The only difference in this class between the home and the modules is that on the home page, you'll see any recent announcements at the top of the page. Once you click on modules, you won't see those anymore, but everything else will be the same. Oh, and the other difference is when you're on the home screen, you can also see the to-do list, which doesn't show up on the modules. Um, Okay, and so just so you know where my head is at, I do sort of assume that when I build the course that you're going to be looking at it on a computer screen. And then I always realize at some point, oh, some people don't use computers. They might use a tablet, or I've even heard some students say they do an entire course on their phone, which would drive me insane, that little tiny screen. But just know that most of what I show you here is from the perspective of a computer, that if you are on a mobile device, especially a small screen mobile device, things will definitely look different. Especially like these menus over here. This menu is called the global navigation menu because when you're in Canvas, this always looks the same no matter what course you're in. This menu right here is called the course navigation menu because it can vary depending on the course that you're in at the moment. And so if you're on a mobile device, you don't see them all at the same time like this. I think, you know what, I'm gonna go and open Canvas on my phone right now. I think if you were on a phone, when you first go into a course, what you see is this. You see the course navigation menu. Um, wait, what is happening? This is this course, right? Through, yeah. Huh. Oh wait, that's because I'm seeing it as a teacher. I was like, why are you seeing that? Um, but I believe that's what you see. Um, there was a bunch of stuff on showing that I was showing that you shouldn't be able to see, and I was like, wait, what's going on? But yeah, so I think this is the list of things you see. So what I'm kind of thinking is that if you're on a mobile device, once you enter the hold on, once you enter the course, now here I am in the student, right? Yeah, that looks better. Um, that list of things you first see is this course navigation menu. So you should see home, then modules, and so on and so forth. So on your mobile device, if you click home, you'll basically see this. There, I'm looking at it right now. There are no announcements. I haven't posted any yet. Actually, by the time you watch this, there will be one announcement there. And I'm assuming that will show up on your mobile device also if you're on some kind of tablet or mobile device. A large screen mobile device like a tablet, you can actually see more. You actually do get to see the menu and the course module at the same time. Okay, but as always, if you have any questions at all about Canvas and what you're seeing, or do not hesitate to ask me because you know, sometimes things are broken, or sometimes I put things there in the wrong place, or I put the wrong setting, and that happens a lot. So okay. So when you enter the course, you'll see announcements. The first thing you want to do is actually, you've already done it if you're watching this video because it's right here. Is you're watching the introduction to the course video. That's this video I'm making right now. Um, In case you're wondering, it is Sunday night, the night before Monday school starts, so it's almost like real time. Um, so after you watch this video, what you should definitely do is go and after watching the video, go and do all of these things in the course orientation module. I'm going to click on this one, this instructor info one, just to make sure that you can see it and that everything is clear. There's a picture of me. I do want to make sure that everyone understands that I have two names. My name is Kelly Amaral, and that's what you should see, but you may also see Kelly Wadsworth. Now, I feel like recently Wadsworth has been popping up a lot more, so I don't know what weirdness has happened in the cyberspace of Fresno City College or the State Center Community College District, but both of those people are me. But Wadsworth is my that's my maiden name. That's a name I had all my life. Then when I got married, I took Amaral. But it never really got changed in some parts of the system, particularly email. Oftentimes emails will come up as Kelly Wadsworth. I don't really know, but I'm okay with that. First of all, I'm divorced, but I have kept the name Amaral for now, and I might go back to Wadsworth at some point, but I haven't up to this point. But also notice that my first name is Kelly, but it ends with an I. So if you try and type in my email address, as you know, the instructors, all their email addresses are first name dot last name at fresnocitycollege.edu. If you type in Kelly with a Y, that will not get to me. But if you type in Kelly with an I and if you type .Amaral, that's what you should do. But I think it even works with Wadsworth. But since my official name is supposed to be Amaral, that's where it is. I just definitely want you to know that if you see Kelly Wadsworth, that is not a different person. That is also me. All right, and in here is my contact info. So there is my email address if you want to use it. There's the Zoom room link if we ever want to meet online, or for the scheduled office hours. I do want to say that Canvas inbox is the best way to message me. So if you look over here in the global navigation menu, there is an inbox thing. On a computer, I like to right click and open it in a new tab because otherwise it goes right on top of this. And that's the best way to message me. It's best because it's in Canvas already. It filters messages by class and it notifies me if there's a message, and that notification doesn't go away or disappear unless I view the message, right? I've had problems with email in the past where if I get a lot of emails in one day, sometimes the ones that were at the bottom get lost. And sometimes I should admit this, but sometimes I do let a day go in between. I say here that I check emails daily, and I really do try to check them daily during the week. But I think sometimes a day passes when I don't do it. And sometimes I don't always do it every day on the weekend, that's for sure. Often Fridays, I won't check my email. Now, I also get notified of emails on my phone, but those get buried by other notifications too. So, I mean, I will get your emails, but if I don't respond to an email within about 24 hours, it's safe to assume that it's got lost and you should send me another email. Or go to Canvas Inbox and send me a message in Canvas Inbox saying, hey, I sent you an email. Please read it and get back to me. Or you could send me a text. Here's my phone number and say, hey, I sent you an email. Do not feel like you're bothering me. If I haven't answered in about one day, please message me again. Like, don't even feel like you're bothering me. I mean, not only do sometimes things get buried, but sometimes I forget. Or sometimes I will type type a response and then not hit send. I've done that so many times. So maybe I meant to respond, but then didn't actually click the right button. So, all right. In case you've never used Canvas before, if you're in Canvas within a module, you can use these previous and next buttons to go to the next page in a module. This will work really well with this orientation module because everything is sort of just there. I tend to not use them. I don't know why. I like to go back to modules, see them, and then click on the next one. I don't know why I like to do that. But this page is about getting started with Canvas. So if you're new to Canvas, definitely take a look at this online Canvas student guide. I'm gonna click on that, make sure it works. Yes, it does. Okay. Oh, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Oh, that's not really a guide. That is a list of things. Woo! All right, well, there's a resource for you. Wait, don't I have a video? I think I used to have a short intro video here, and then it broke and I forgot to put a new one. So that's what I'm saying is there used to be a short like intro to Canvas video here. It was like 4 minutes long, but then that link stopped working. I think I took it out and then forgot to put it back in. Okay, so there's a big old long guide. If you want to find out do something, you can look there, look it up. Um, but if you have any questions, if you're not sure what to do, just contact me, right? We'll figure it out. And I will try to remember to get that video back. I'm gonna write myself a note here. Canvas intro video. Okay. And there it talks about like, where to go if you need support. Um, for Canvas issues, there's like a Canvas support. And then you've got for like enrollment issues, that's different. That's not Canvas. Okay. I think the rest of these you can read. This one's really important because you need to update your notification preferences. You need to make sure that you are getting notified of the things that are important for the class and the things that you like, because you actually have a lot of control over that. You can make sure it notifies you if there's been an announcement posted, or if a due date has changed, or if the content has been added or something like that. So make sure you do that. This is actually an assignment. So once you update all that information, you're going to come over here and start the assignment. And that just means you're going to, and the instructions are here. Once you've done that, you're going to complete the assignment by telling me that you did it and telling me, what does it say? Once you've updated your profile notifications, submit a typed short response telling me that you've done it and mention something you learned about Canvas, right? So that would mean you would click on this thing and then you could just type in here, I've done this, right? If you don't submit this, I won't know that you've done it and you won't get those points. It's like free points. Just a little bit of stuff because it really is important that you do it. Otherwise you might miss some stuff in the class and that's really annoying. What do I want to do? I'm going to go back here to modules. Okay. Yes, leave page. There was a bunch of information at the bottom if you need help about how to do the assignments in Canvas, stuff like that. Okay, so I think you could take a look at the rest of these. Look at the name coach assignment. That's just a cool, let's see if it works. I don't think, oh, you can find the tool in the course navigation menu over here, name coach. I can't show it to you because if I'm in student view, it won't do it, right? But it's just a way for you to record you saying your name so that if I use your name, I know how to pronounce it right, so I don't mangle it. All right. Okay. So as I said before, I do envision you kind of going through the course using the modules page. Like you're going to look at this page, you're going, okay, orientation, I got to do all of that. And notice there are due dates here. No, the things without due dates don't have due dates. Now, that's typically true. Of course, I could make an error, but typically if there's a due date, it'll be right under there. And there's no due time in this class because everything is due by midnight on the day, whatever the date is. I do want to point out, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. If you look at these little icons, they mean different things. So if there's a little, like a piece of paper with a little pencil, that means it's an assignment. So it could be different kinds of assignment, but that means that thing is graded and worth points. Now, if it's not graded, I will do my best to say that, it's categorized as assignment, but it's not graded, but that usually means graded assignment. If it's just like a piece of paper, that just means it's information. Like the instructor info is just a page of info. That's assignment, info, and then here is a discussion. We will have most of our discussions in the support class. But they may pop up here too, but I'm thinking most of them will happen in the support class. Assignment, right? Okay. Oh, and here's some more, like this one's a link. So if you click on this, it'll open sort of a page where what's in the link is shown here, but you can also click on, if you click on, see this little thing right here, if you click on that little thing, it'll open it in a new tab, so you don't have to look at it in this little box if you don't want. And you do have some control over what's in this box, but Okay, and this is the textbook. All right, let me go back. I want to go back here to modules. So this is how my mind works. Like I'm always back to modules. What's happening in the module? Okay, I think that's good. All right. So there's the orientation stuff. That's most of the first week. Let's look over here because let's look at the calendar. The week starts the 12th and Friday is the 16th. So the way I've set it up is that, why is there no due date on that one? Oh, you know what I think I did here? So that, notice how this one says, has a date and then points. This one just has a date. So notice this one is also an assignment and this one is not. So what I can do is add like something to your to-do list. And so that gives you kind of a date, like it should be done by this date. So sometimes if it's not an assignment, but you see a date, that just means that I've added that to your to-do list so it shows up on your to-do list, because these are the lecture videos that I make and post for you. Let's open this. So this is chapter 1, section 1. And so there we go. Chapter 1, section 1, part 1. So there's a couple parts, and this is kind of a weird thing. These videos are in here using something called Canvas Studio. And so here is the video, and you can change how fast you're watching it and everything. You can also make comments, but I am not notified of these comments, but other students could see them as you do them. And if I ever come back here, I might see them. I probably will not see them. But then after this comment thing, that's when the new video starts, right? And you can go full screen. I don't think you can watch it in another window. But you can go full screen. Okay. All right, so those are the lecture videos. I try to keep each video within, I tried to do under 20 minutes, but I could never do it. So it's under 30 minutes. So they're not like giant 2-hour long videos, right? You can kind of get them in chunks. So we've got a basic algebra class here, right? This is college algebra. We're doing all kinds of fun math, and we're basically going to do the same thing for, for the whole semester, right? Like you're going to look at the book, you're going to read the book, you're going to read the book, right? Everybody should read the textbook, because reading the textbook is how you get your first, you see the new words, you hear the concepts, well, you hear it in your mind when you read it. You can see how the concepts are organized, how someone has put together their sentences. That's a very important part of learning the math, right? Because the language is super important. As a matter of fact, sometimes people have very much success when they stop thinking about math in the way they've thought about it in the past and start thinking about it as learning a new language. It's very much like learning a new language, because all of the things we're doing have these new words associated with them. And if you learn what the words mean, then your brain has a much better grasp on what you're doing. So spend a lot of time learning the language of math, and then you will have to spend much less time learning how to do the math, because learning the language fills in about 80% of how to do it. And then you just have that little 20% left. It's much faster. Maybe we'll talk about that a little in the support course. So you're going to read the textbook. You're going to watch the lecture videos. You are going to put the notes. Oh, I forgot to add the notes in digital format. Oh my, I'm going to do that here. Notes, digital. Or did I do that? Let me look. Oh, I did. Oh, okay. I was like, did I really forget to do that? That's crazy. So course notes. So here is a PDF. These notes were written by my wonderful colleague, Travis, and they are aligned with the textbook. And so as you watch the lecture videos, in the videos, I am going through those notes, and the examples are in those notes, and definitions are in those notes, and all that stuff. But they're aligned with the textbook. And so you can get a full version of the notes here. This is a digital version. I have made a physical copy that you can pick up on campus at Fresno City College campus if you would like a physical copy. Those are going to be in a box outside of a room. I think I'm going to do it, yeah, because I'm going to be in OAB 274, so that's Old Administration 274. I am there on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. So I'm just going to put the box outside of that room, and I'm going to leave it there until a couple weeks into the semester. And you can just go by anytime you want and pick it up. It'll show College Algebra, have the name. It should have my name on it and Travis's name on it. So that is sort of like, it's kind of like how I know that you've come to class in an online class, right? You watch the lecture videos, you fill out the notes, then you're going to take you're going to scan or take images of that notes and submit them here. Oh, as a matter of fact, I am missing something in the course orientation module, and it is an instructional video about how to take, like if you have like paper notes that you've taken in paper notes, like how do you get those papers into a PDF to upload to me? My favorite way is to use an app called Genius Scan, and so I'm going to add that here. So by the time this course is available to you, you should be able to see in a blah, 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 another page here about how to upload notes. I'll probably put it right after here. So what you do is if you can write them digitally too. If you have a tablet or something with a touch screen and a pencil, you could write them on that digital paper and submit that. It does need to be a PDF, and you do need to make it a single page. So that's what it says here. So for this section 1.1, you're going to upload your notes. It has to be a single PDF. So what does that mean? That means one file, not a bunch of different files for each page, a single file with multiple pages, and it has to be PDF. So the reason it has to be PDF is because PDFs are much easier for me to deal with inside Canvas than any other file type. So like image file types, they're very hard to deal with, and they take not just like a little bit longer. They take like 3, 4, 5 times as long to deal with image files than it does to deal with PDFs. So you've got to learn how to upload PDFs. If you have issue with it, contact me, we'll figure it out. So you have to have some kind of device to do that with. Most people do it with their phones. And like I said, the Genius Scan app is amazing, and I think it's still free. All right, so basically every section is going to be like that, right? There's textbook, lecture videos, you got to do the notes, got to upload the notes. Then these are a bunch of additional videos. These are not assigned, they're just there if you want another look at it, right? So every section will have a set of additional videos. They're not assigned, they're not required, but they are there for you if you need them. And of course, right, if you know the words that you're looking for, if you go to YouTube, there are so many math videos on YouTube. So there's no shortage of videos. And then there's an assignment. Okay, and the assignments are embedded in Canvas, but they are in a third-party tool called MyOpenMath. So let me show you here. When you click into a MyOpenMath assignment, this is what it will look like. But I do want to, what am I looking at here? Here we go. I want to show you here. All of this stuff here that I'm circling in red, all of this information comes from Canvas, right? This is your course navigation menu. This is your stuff. This is what the Canvas thinks the assignment's called. This is what Canvas thinks the due date is. This is how many points, and this is how it's submitted. Okay. Underneath that line, let me erase that. Underneath all of that, let me get another color. All of this stuff is information from MyOpenMath, right? So this is what MyOpenMath thinks the name of the assignment is. These should match, though sometimes they're a little bit different because they are typed in 2 different places. Here is the number of points that MyOpenMath has. Again, they should be the same, but if they're different, that just means there's been an error. Here is the due date that MyOpenMath thinks the assignment has a due date. Now, This is the due date that's actually enforced. This one, they should be the same, but sometimes I change the MyOpenMath due dates and then I forget to change them in Canvas. So if they are different, it's the one in MyOpenMath that's the one that's enforced. Meaning, right, like if this one said Sunday, August 26th or something, right? And this one said August 18th, it would actually be due the 26th. And then when the 18th passes, nothing would happen. On the MyOpenMath due date, when that due date comes, then the assignment isn't totally unavailable, but it does stop being available for points, right? For credit. Actually, there's not exactly true. You can actually extend your due date. So read the syllabus and you'll learn about that. Maybe I'll talk about it for a moment. So the due date's there. There are late passes, that's what we were just talking about, right? So for these MyOpenMath assignments, if the due date shows up and you're not quite done, you can click redeem a late pass, and that will extend your due date. I think it says in the syllabus, but I think it's 48 hours. I think whatever due date is showing here, if you redeem a late pass, it'll extend that due date by 48 hours so that you can work on that a little bit longer, right? I love late passes because the due dates are there to sort of show the structure and the pace of the course. But life gets in the way a lot of times. A lot of times we aren't quite able to completely finish an assignment by the due date. Late passes are there to give you that flexibility you need. So remember that they don't, like, if this assignment were due on the 18th and then I go in on the 30th and I want to do it and I haven't ever started it, that's a 12-day difference, right? So redeeming a late pass doesn't extend my due date from the time I redeem the pass, it extends the due date from the time of the original due date, right? So if I wanted to go back in on the 30th, which is what, 12 days after this, I would have to use 6 late passes just to get up to the current day to redeem those late passes, right? So the late passes are meant to give you flexibility so that if the due date comes, you can have a little flexibility around the due date. They aren't meant to allow you to do assignments weeks or months later that were due before. That's not what they're intended to do. But they are intended to give you flexibility. And I believe it says in the syllabus, which you should definitely read, I think I'm giving you enough late passes to use like 1 or 2 on every assignment or something like that. So, okay. I think that's pretty good. How long is this? I think I have a timer going here. What have we got? How long has this been? This has been about 27 minutes. All right, so I got a little bit more time. If you have questions, like if you're listening to this, you're like, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? Definitely note those down and ask me them. The whole course is not on Canvas yet. You can see like the lecture videos only go up to section 4. I will probably add videos every week. I hope to be done with all the videos for the whole semester, like by halfway through, but we'll see, right? But I will remove the coming soon. If you click on this now, there's nothing there. It's just blank. And if you can see, okay, let me collapse this. So we've got these modules they are organized by chapter. So in the book, your first chapter is relations and functions. So that's the first module. The second chapter is linear and quadratic functions. So that's module 2. And so then there'll be, after this, module 3, 4, 5, however many chapters we're doing. When it's time for an exam module will pop up. So our first exam will be after we finish chapter 2. So if you look at the due dates, that should be sometime in the first half of September. Okay, so of course, obviously there's going to be more stuff coming after exam 1, right? But everything is here now except for the lecture videos. We have everything up through 1.4, so they will pop up soon. I hope I remember to remove the coming soon when I put them there. Okay, so let's talk about the syllabus real quick. You should definitely read the syllabus. I haven't written one. What am I talking about? I haven't written one. What? A syllabus quiz. I know a lot of people do syllabus quiz. I haven't written one. I may write one. I may write one, and it's just to make sure that I know that you've read the syllabus and that you are clear on some important things. So if you click on syllabus over here, simple syllabus, that's going to go away. You can see it right now, but that's actually where I build the syllabus, and then I have to disable it for it not to show. If you click on it, I think you can just see the syllabus. I don't, it's, oh, is it, I was gonna say, is it just blank? Yeah, I think you could just see the syllabus. It's the same thing. But it's really dumb because in order to build the syllabus, I have to have this enabled, but then I have to disable it for you not to see it. So if I forget to disable it, don't worry, it's the same syllabus both ways. But I would use this syllabus link because not only does it have the syllabus here, but if you scroll down, it's got what they call the course summary, which is like when stuff is due. So it's sort of like a linear calendar. Right. So the first week, there's a couple things that I want you to do like immediately. So by Wednesday, and then there's some other stuff that needs to be done by Friday. And then most assignments are due by Sunday of the week. Like these things are because they're intro stuff. The lecture videos will probably be due by Fridays, and then the assignments are going to be due by Sundays. So any My Open Math assignments where you actually do the fun math, right, are due Sundays, but I definitely want the lecture videos to be done before that. Why is that? That's the only one that's there. That's the only one I put on to-do list. I guess I've forgotten to do the other ones. Well, I will add them. Okay. So that's what's really great. This course summary is really nice. Another way to see what is due when is to use the calendar. So let's see if this works. If I click this, does it work? Yes. All right. I do want to point out though, see over here where it says calendar. If you've got a bunch of classes, you're going to have a calendar for each class. And sometimes they're not selected. So notice how it's showing nothing. If this is not selected, it shows nothing. So you have to make sure that the class you want to look at is selected so you can see. So here's our first week. Here's stuff due in the middle of the week. And then we've got all our assignments due by Sunday, right? So these are the notes you've got to upload. These are the assignments that are supposed to be done. There's the name coach. No, I guess I put that there because it's not really pressing. Like I really want to hear you pronounce your names, but since we're not meeting in class, it's not that pressing, right? And then after this first week, everything is pretty much going to be, all the stuff is going to be on a Sunday. So I do that to give you maximum flexibility, right? Like notice how like on this day, there's assignments for sections 1, 2, and 3 in chapter 1. That does not mean that you should do them on that day, right? You really should start before that, right? So like this whole week here, the week from Monday the 19th through Saturday, or it's the 24th or Sunday 25th, in that, by the end of that week, all this stuff should be done. So I really, I mean, I was going to say, you can't do it all in one day. Now, that's not true. Maybe some of you could do it all in one day, especially if you've already had algebra or you really remember a lot of it, then you might be able to do it on one day, but it's not meant to be that way, right? I put all the due dates on Sunday so that you can take the week and organize it however works best for you, right? And then of course you can use the late passes to give you little cushion. But if you use late passes on these and don't turn them in until Thursday and haven't worked on the next group at all, then you're going to get in a little bit of trouble. So you go to see, oh, these ones are on Monday because instead of being due on a Sunday, because Monday is a holiday. So because Monday's a holiday, just push all those things one day forward, right? And then so far, that's all we got because that's all I have posted so far, but I'll post the rest of it. All right, so I'm gonna go back to our course. And I think, so I'm not gonna go over the syllabus in depth with you here in this video. I might make a separate video, or like I said, maybe a separate syllabus quiz where, but you should definitely read all of this. Some of this I've said in this video, right? But all the information is here. Should tell you about the grading. This stuff is from the college. what you need for the course. There's an outdated COVID statement, especially outdated for us since we're online. How attendance is taken, important dates and deadlines, including holidays are here. So there's a bunch of stuff important here. Oh, and here's a general schedule, right? When the exams are going to be, and that's our tentative schedule. Things might change, but I'm hoping we will probably stick very close to this. Then it kind of describes homework and got a bunch of stuff. I love, is this true? Is this true? Is this true? Um, we'll talk in the support class a little bit about that because sometimes a lot of errors that students make are because they don't take a moment to think like, well, is this actually how this works? Like, can I actually do that? Is this true? And if you don't ask yourself that, then you might just do a bunch of stuff that looks good, but is actually totally nonsense. All right, so read all of this. And then, of course, ask questions, bunch of services. And then the course summary, of course, is there. All right, so if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. You can get my contact info. The inbox is always available to you on Canvas. You have my phone number if you want to text me, and you can always email me. Oh, I forgot to say, this math lounge right here, this is for you guys. So this is a discussion board that's meant for you. So my vision is that you come on here if you have questions and you can talk to each other. So how does this work? If it's so weird that it has reply even though there's like no thing to reply to, right? You can just click reply and you can like talk, you can put a message, right? So these should be threaded so that if you make a post, then someone can reply to that post so it keeps a thread, and then if you want to make a new thread you can. So I will not be monitoring this math lounge unless somebody complains about it, like someone's in there doing something crazy. But I do encourage you to use it and talk to each other on this math lounge. It's tricky business trying to get students who are online that never see each other, that work at all very different times, to actually communicate with each other. I'm trying to think about a good way to do that. This is my first attempt, right? Here's a spot for you guys to talk to each other. All right, again, if you have any questions, definitely contact me. Did you know you can also contact your classmates using the inbox? Did I put that in here? I think I did. If you look at instructor info, there is a link about how to use the inbox as a student. That should tell you, because I think if you go to inbox, you can not only message me, but you could message other people in the class. And so hopefully you'll get to know each other, especially using the discussions in the support course, which is where most of our discussions will be. All right, well, I'm very much looking forward to meeting you virtually, at least, and hearing from you and spending a semester learning about math, which is amazing. All right, I will see you all, or at least hear from you all soon, I hope. Have a great semester. And again, do not hesitate. Reach out soon and reach out often. All right, bye.